Hey y'all, welcome to Magical Mac. So it has been a very long time since I have sat down to film a YouTube video for my Magical Mac channel, but I thought that this would be the most wonderful video to post to start back up, and that is because my boyfriend asked me to be his wife at Walt Disney World on November 29th of 2021. So I thought I would sit down and share the magical proposal that he had planned for. It was spectacular. It was my dream proposal. So why don't you grab some popcorn, maybe a Disney popcorn bucket that you've bought in the past, sit down and enjoy this story. Okay, so first off, I have to show you this amazing coffee tumbler that my future sister-in-law gave me for Christmas because it says Bride. It's so beautiful. It has all the sparkles on it, and it has just the illuminescent hearts and leopard spots, and it has Minnie Mouse on it. And so she special ordered this for me from a small shop called The Freckled Clover. And I will go ahead and post a link to their Instagram and any other websites that they have posted on their Instagram. So my future sister-in-law, one of her friends owns this shop. So she has given me a few gifts in the past that have all been Disney related that her friend and her friend's husband have created themselves. So I just think that this is one of the most amazing coffee cups I have ever seen. So this was so exciting. So I'm going to be sipping coffee out of my bride-to-be illuminescent coffee tumbler. Okay, so let's go back about 7 months ago. It was back in June when my boyfriend surprised me and took me ring shopping just out of nowhere. I mean, we'd had talks about it, mainly like me bringing up stuff about our future, and we had been having talks about it, but unbeknownst to me, he had actually been looking at rings and before I even started with these talks. So anyway, so when he took me ring shopping back in June of 2021, I was absolutely shocked. It was a beautiful moment, and we went and looked at the Disney Enchanted collection at Zales. So anyway, needless to say, I'll show you the ring since that was back in June. Let me take it off because it's the princess. Let me do this little trick. It's the Princess Cushion Diamond. And then it has the beautiful rose right there. So, of course, he got me the Belle-inspired ring from the Disney Enchanted collection. So, anyway, we had this Disney trip planned since last December is when we decided, or December of 2020 was when we decided we wanted to do our big trip of the year to Disney World. And so we had that in the books. You know, been doing our planning. Then he took me ring shopping June of 2021. And then I'm about to cut to a video that he actually recorded for me when he went to pick up the ring. So he had everything planned out. He knew that I was going to want to do a proposal video and talk all about my Disney World engagement. So he filmed the video himself in advance, knowing that I'd want to put it in this video. So I'm going to cut to the sweet video that he recorded for me back in June of 2021.
So I am sitting outside the mall. Don't mind the Band-Aid. Cold Springs Mall, and today is a very important day. Friday, the 18th of June, is the day that I went and bought some jewelry. Not just any jewelry, but a ring. And you may ask, why do I need a ring? I don't wear rings. Well, it's for someone special. It's for Susie. So I'm going to propose. And the next video you see will probably be about 6 months from now, and that will be the proposal. So let's go ahead and take a look into the future.
Okay, so that was so sweet when he showed that to me after we got engaged. Obviously, it brought tears to my eyes that he had even thought about doing something just like that, where he filmed a video for me picking up the ring, and I just thought that was beautiful. So anyway, so I guess from between June and our trip in November of 2021, of course, I was on edge every time we would see each other and hang out on, be together on weekends. And I was always on edge because I never knew when it was going to be, although I always had a hunch. I always had a feeling that it was going to be on our Disney World trip, but I thought he could do it before then just to throw me off guard. So different milestones would pass, and I thought, well, maybe he's going to do it now. So, us girls, we always have to be on guard, and if we have, if we know something's coming and we suspect something. So anyway, so all the milestones pass, and I'm like, okay, well, maybe it is the Disney trip. I was 95% sure it was going to be the Disney trip, which would be my dream proposal. So one hunch that he did give to me was that he bought us Belle and Bee shirts to wear to the Be Our Guest restaurant, because we had reservations for our first day at Magic Kingdom, which was November 29th. And when he bought us those shirts, because I'm usually the one that wants to wear the couple shirts, so I'll show you, I have my Belle shirt on that I wore that day, but he wore the Beast equivalent of this shirt. So when he told me that he bought us Belle and Bee shirts to wear to Be Our Guest, I'm like, okay, that's it. It's happening at Be Our Guest. So I was pretty convinced, and but also trying not to think about it, because if it didn't happen at Disney, then I just didn't want to be thinking about it the whole time. So and then he also specifically asked me not to wear mini ears to the Be Our Guest restaurant. So as soon as he said that, that was pretty much confirmation to me that it was happening at the Be Our Guest restaurant, because I figured he just didn't want me wearing ears in our engagement photos. So those were two big clues that not necessarily gave it away, but just made me have this big hunch that it was happening at Be Our Guest, and if not Be Our Guest, then sometime on the trip. But anywho, so we will, I guess, fast forward to the trip. And so it's the day of, and it was, it was going to be magical no matter what. If the proposal never happened, it was going to be a magical trip, because it was Christmas time, it was Disney, and it was our first full-on Disney trip together. So just all those special circumstances together, I knew was going to be magical no matter what. But it happened. So the morning of, it was a very beautiful morning, walking in, seeing the Christmas tree on Main Street, and seeing Cinderella Castle with all the 50th anniversary decorations and Christmas decorations. And so our lunch reservation wasn't until, I think it was around 12:30 when our reservation was. And so, we rode a few rides before then, and there was this one thing that I really, really wanted to get. It was the Jingle Bell Sipper, so let me show that to you. So I kept passing by this that morning at the parks, kept seeing the stands that this was at, and so I think it was Sleepy Hollow Refreshments. I think that's where I got this, but Chris told me to go ahead, get in line to buy this, and it was a really long line, and I didn't want us to be late for our fast pass. He said he was going to go to the bathroom, and we'd meet each other at Seven Dwarfs Mine Train. Anyway, I got in line, and it just took forever, and so I texted him. He's like, oh, well, I'm still in line at the bathroom, and I'm like, well, that's weird. I've never seen a men's bathroom with that long of a line. But anyway, it was a perfect distraction for me to get in line to buy this Jingle Bell sipper so he could run to the Be Our Guest restaurant because he'd never been before, and he could scope it out and see where he wanted to propose. So all that was...
All right, well, it's now been about 6 months. We're at Disney World. Behind me, Be Our Guest restaurant. It's where the magic's gonna happen here soon. So, wish me luck. We'll see you in a bit.
All that was going on, I had no idea. I really thought he was at the bathroom. So let me just show you, because I do love this Jingle Bell sipper. It's so cute. And you got the handle with the holly leaves and holly berries. And anyway, that's besides the point. So anyway, so we finally get the sipper. We go ride Seven Dwarfs and I think one other ride. And then it was time for our lunch reservation. So we're walking up to the Beast Castle, and I'm freaking out because just being there, I was trying to not think about it. I was just trying to enjoy the moment of being at the Beast Castle. So we walked into the castle, and you know, on the left-hand side when you first walk in, it's that beautiful stained glass mural of Belle and Prince Adam, which is when Beast transforms back into the prince he was before he was cursed and became the Beast. So it's the mural of Belle and Prince Adam. So of course Chris had already gone there, talked to the hostess. She knew to put the video on instead of pictures. So anyway, so I guess we're not really getting pictures, but she's videoing, and then out of the corner of my eye, I'm like, okay, is it gonna happen? Like, is right here? Is this where it's gonna happen? And it did. So he reached behind the mural, and he had placed this beautiful long black box. And so he knelt down and grabbed the box and pulled out a red rose out of the box. And inside the rose was the ring. So it was absolutely gorgeous, and I was just trying not to, you know, freak out or just yet, because he is a jokester as well. So I'm just kind of in my head this whole time, but it was absolutely beautiful. And he, you know, knelt on his knees, and he told me how much he loved me, and asked me to be his wife right there in front of the beautiful stained glass mural, and opened the rose, and I took out the ring. I have to always stare at it at work and just in different situations. So everyone was cheering and clapping, and then of course I said yes. And so then they sat us at our table in the ballroom, and well, they told us we could actually take pictures in the ballroom, so we went out in the middle of the floor with all the tables full of people. So all the people in the restaurant thought that the proposal had just happened right then when he got down on his knee to pose for a picture with me. So we were just taking pictures after the proposal happened, but everyone started cheering, and I mean, everyone in the restaurant. And one guy was like, "Did she say yes?" So that was funny. I was like, "Yes, I said yes." So then we went and sat back down at our table, and it was a very beautiful meal, and they brought out this amazing, amazing dessert to congratulate us. I don't think I've ever seen any dessert as magical as this one. So it had like 4 different desserts on it. It had like a white chocolate rose that was painted as a rose, and it had the gray stuff in it. And then they had, I'm like blanking because it was a couple months ago, but I'm going to post the pictures on this video to show you the beautiful dessert. But the thing that stuck out was that they had Belle and Beast and edible gold glitter on the plate. And it was amazing. It was so beautiful and so magical. And so it was fun just to be able to talk about the last 6 months and everything that when I thought it would be, and that he knew that I had suspected it was going to be our guest, because apparently I had been talking about this with my parents, and apparently my dad was reporting back to him and telling him all the ideas I thought, and especially this idea. So right before our trip, he had kind of turned a little sour when it came to, like, I don't know, he just was trying to convince me that it was not happening soon, and I believed him. So I was just so in my head the whole time, but it was, regardless of that, it was such a beautiful moment. And he even had shirts for us. He had ordered shirts where his said, "I asked," and it had Mickey Mouse's hand, and then mine said, "I said yes," and it had Minnie Mouse with a ring on it. So that was adorable that he put the thought into that as well. So then we changed into those shirts, and we went around Magic Kingdom, and we got, well, first of all, they brought each one of us out these happily ever after buttons. It says "just engaged," and that one obviously has the date on it and my name. And then we were told that we could go to the Christmas shop and have more professional handwriting done, and have decorations drawn on it. So we have those buttons. These were the ones we wore around the parks. And then those buttons we got for, keepsake, just to have as a memory, because this kept wearing off during the trip. But we wore these the entire trip. We had to milk it for all it was worth. And anyway, so we went around and got pictures in front of the castle because we had the Disney Photo Pass package, or the Memory Maker, I guess. So we got pictures around the parks, and that whole week, pictures all around the parks, but then that day specifically in front of the castle. And then we ended with the Disney Enchantment firework spectacular, which was just, the whole day was surreal and the most magical day of my life, and the best Disney trip I've ever been on. So words can't even describe, like, my feelings during that day, and knowing that I was with my future husband, and we were just enjoying the magic of Disney that whole week. That was the beginning of the trip. So I was worried that if he did propose, it would be at the end of the trip, and then I would be in my head the whole time. So I'm so thankful that he chose the first day of the trip, so then we could just enjoy ourselves together. And anyways, just watching the Disney Enchantment Castle show, fireworks spectacular. It was absolutely beautiful, beautiful moment. And then we had actually, I think it was the 2 days before, the day that we got in, we made a couple of friends at Trader Sam's at the Polynesian Resort. We went and had a drink at Trader Sam's, and we sat with these two girls that were so sweet. And so we became friends with them on Instagram. And so when she saw our post that, excuse me, we had gotten engaged, they sent us some money on Venmo to go and have a celebration drink, which was the sweetest thing ever, because we didn't know them very well. We had just met them, and so the fact that they sent us money to enjoy a drink together. So we went back to the resort and bought a bottle of the Once Upon a Vine, the bubbly Once Upon a Vine, and that was our celebration champagne or celebration wine. So we went back to the resort, and it was pretty late, but we went to the food court and got a big pizza, and they gave it to us for free. So that added to the excitement as well. Free pizza and a free bottle of Once Upon a Vine. And then that was pretty much the day. It was the most magical day of my life so far. And so I will put some pictures in here of that specific day. I'll do a little slideshow at the end showing just pictures around in front of the castle and just the different pictures we had taken. And so that was my day. That was the special day. So now it is all about wedding planning, because we are getting married closer to the end of this year in October. And so yeah, now it's just go, go, go wedding planning. And we are actually doing a Beauty and the Beast themed wedding. So that's very exciting, and so excited to plan this. And we did buy one thing, like one piece of merchandise for our wedding. We bought our toast glasses at Animal Kingdom. We did Animal Kingdom on the 3rd day. So these are the toast glasses. I will go ahead and, well, it's hard to see them in the box. So let me, oh yeah, the box says Happily Ever After. So these are really gorgeous. Hopefully you can see the, oh, my ring. Hear the clank. You can see the detail here. Oh, I guess I can move it in and twirl it around. You see the different silver swirls with the different Mickeys on there. And then when you go down to the bottom of the glass, you can see where it says Happily Ever After on the glass. Anyway, so this was fun to pick out our first piece of wedding decor at the parks. Like I said, Animal Kingdom is where we bought these. Anywho, that is my update. I'm so excited to become the future Mrs. Kelly. I was going to say Susie Kelly. And I just love Christopher Edward Kelly so much. And it means the world to me that he gave me my dream proposal, and that he put so much thought in it, and that he chose the bell-inspired ring and did it at the Be Our Guest restaurant, and now we're having a Beauty and the Beast wedding. So we're trying to figure out our hashtag. So actually, if you want to vote on what you like the best, we have, I think, 3 right now. I like Kelly Fairy Tale, and then we also have Kelly Ever After, or Happily Ever Kelly. I think those are the 3, but if you have one that you think is very creative and it incorporates Disney and the last name of Kelly, then, and it's spelled K-E-L-L-E-Y, then go ahead and leave those in the comments below. Tell me what hashtag out of those 3 you like the best, or if you have one that you can come up with Disney related and last name Kelly. I would love to hear what you have to say. So I just want to say thank you so much for tuning in. Let me give you one last glance at the ring. So beautiful. I love it so much. But apparently my whole family knew, his family knew. They were really amazing at keeping secrets and acting like they knew nothing was going on. So I know I vented to family members about not knowing and thinking it's this, and oh my goodness, I'm in my head now. So my whole family had to keep quiet. But anywho, that is the life update, and I do still have to do my video on all of the merchandise I bought on the trip, which would include Christmas merchandise, 50th anniversary merchandise, and then anything not related in those 2 categories. So anyway, I hope that you have a wonderful day, and thank you so much for watching and listening. And just go ahead and comment below anything you want to say about this proposal or this video, and especially include the hashtag in there. But I hope that you have a magical day. Bye!
Alright. Woohoo! You guys look great.
Take these off?
Yeah, go right ahead. Aw, so cute. From in the back.
So this rose in this room represents my commitment to you. Will you do me the honor and marry me?
Yes, I will.
Aww. Love it.
We're on the people mover.